Hey pregnant mums, Nisha at the 9 Month Club at www.the9monthclub.com. So let's get back to your frequently asked questions. So one of the most frequent questions I get asked all the time is what is the best cure for morning sickness? And it can be a real drag during those first 12 weeks of pregnancy when you feel too sick to eat, you can't keep anything down, and you're worried about the nutrition for your baby. There is no actual cure for morning sickness. Probably not what you wanted to hear, but it's the truth. Morning sickness is caused by what we call vascular underfill. What happens when you first get pregnant and the egg implants into your womb, it sends hormonal signals out to all of your body, and it tells your vascular system, so all the veins and vessels, to double in size overnight. So that happens overnight, but what doesn't happen is your blood volume doesn't catch up. So you've got double the amount of space in your veins and things, but you've still got the same amount of blood. So it's called vascular underfill, and that is why you feel sick, nauseous, dizzy, faint, extremely tired, and very unwell, and that's what causes morning sickness. So there is no actual cure until that blood volume matches the space that's available, and that takes about 12 weeks because it takes a little while for our body to produce all the platelets and things that it needs to double the blood volume in size. But there are lots of things that you can do to help it. Some traditional remedies that you will have heard of all the time, things like ginger, fennel, all of these things seem to ease morning sickness because of the properties of what they've got in them. But things that you can actively do are things like make sure that you have enough fluid on board. Dehydration is a major factor in morning sickness, and no one knows this because it's so easy to become dehydrated in pregnancy because you're going to the loo all the time, and because you're peeing all the time, it makes you want to drink less, and you think, well, I must have loads of water on board because, you know, I'm weeing all the time. But actually it's not true, and you need to be drinking 1 litre of water per 50 pounds of body weight. Even 1% of dehydration, and that is before you feel dryness in your mouth, will cause you to feel a lot worse and really affect your morning sickness. So make sure that you're hydrated properly and you've got enough fluids on board, and that's pure clean water, not fizzy drinks, not coffee and tea, not any of those other things. It needs to be pure clean water. Secondly, you need to exercise. Exercise actually diverts blood flow away from the stomach, and that will reduce your nausea. So it really helps with morning sickness. Also stimulates the release of endorphins, and endorphins are the body's natural painkiller. So you will feel a lot better just from that release triggered by exercise. So 15-minute workouts. Or even if you've done your workout already and you're feeling sick a bit later in the day, then just get up and move around, go for a walk, and I guarantee that will help. Not only because you're increasing the oxygen circulation, but as I said, diverting the blood flow away from the stomach. Eating food actually helps morning sickness. Now, obviously, you're feeling sick, you don't want to eat, and you know, there's so many things that make you queasy, and you just can't be bothered to cook, and all of these things. But the less you eat, the lower your blood sugar is going to be. And remember what I said about blood volume. We haven't got enough of it. That's why you're feeling sick. So if your blood sugar is low on top of that, and you know what it's like pre-pregnancy, if you didn't eat for a long time, you start to feel sick, you get those hunger pains, you feel nauseous, you feel dizzy. It's worse during pregnancy, about 100 times worse. So make sure you keep your blood sugar regular, and that means eating every 3 hours without fail. Okay, so I mean, you can't, it's best not to eat sooner than that. So 3 hours is optimal. You can leave it to 4 hours if you wish, but 4 hours is the absolute maximum. Make sure you have something in your system that's going to keep your stomach full and keep your blood sugar level. So you want to avoid these peaks and troughs. what else is good for morning sickness? That's the main things. Oh, sleep is the other thing. Make sure that you're getting enough rest, because if your body goes into overdrive and you're extremely tired, which you will be because during pregnancy your body's doing a lot of other things and you need a lot more rest than you probably think you do. So 8 hours sleep a night, plus you need at least 30 minutes in a day. So that should be a nap during the middle of the day or towards the afternoon of your day, so that you are resting your body and allowing for recovery, regeneration, and allowing your cells to repair and your body to get on with all the things that it can't do while you're awake. So sleep is the other thing. If you are skipping out on your naps and if you're stressed out and your cortisol is through the roof, it's going to affect your hormone balance, and hormones are going to make you feel even more sick if they're out of kilter. So make sure you've got enough fluid, make sure you're eating properly, make sure you're exercising regularly, and make sure you're getting enough rest, and that is really the key to morning sickness. Now, if you're really struggling and you're doing all of those things, then there are homeopathic remedies that will help. You will need to go and see a registered, qualified homeopath, and there are particular salts dependent on what symptoms you're experiencing. So some people will actually be vomiting, some people will just be feeling queasy all day, like seasickness, some people will feel worse than when they're hot, some people will be feeling really cold and shivery. Depending on what your symptoms are, your qualified homeopath will be able to prescribe the correct salt that will help you with that one. So that's it on morning sickness, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.